I see above Kingston town? Is that a rainbow I see above Amsterdam? Is that a rainbow? Is that a rainbow I see above London town? Is that a rainbow I see above Kingston town? Is that a rainbow I see above Amsterdam? Is that a rainbow?
Soundboy, get ready for the war of silence. Turn off the bass when you hear the siren. Hands in the air, let's start a riot in this torn asylum. The war is violent. Soundboy, get ready for the war of silence. Turn off the bass when you hear the siren. Hands in the air, let's start a riot when the bass hits hard.
wanna touch this body, let me see you work. I'm gonna dance until they put me in the dirt. You say you're serious, then let me see you work. You wanna touch this body, let me see you work. I'm gonna dance until they put me in the dirt. You say you're serious, then let me see you work. Let me see you work. Work, work, work. Let me see you work. Work, work, work.
I'm working.
Now let me see you work. Work, work, work. Now let me see you work.
I'm working.
Let me see you work. Work, work, work. Now let me see you work.
You're disconnected in your touch. Are you believing in what I'm seeing? Or did the high life get too much? It's all on you now to figure out how. You lost the fire in your eyes. 'Cause I can't change it. What you're wasting. Now that your gaze is polarized. Now that your gaze is polarized. When the haze clears over your face, now we have nothing left to lose. Fill the spaces, we can erase this, and not the feeling that you choose.
that gonna cost, man? Rizla taking a chaser for the bottle of Moss, fam. Ain't got money for a ticket, don't worry, I got, man. P-Money and Victor Audio, who's gonna stop, man? Walk in a place like Boss, man, what's that gonna cost, man? Brand new drip from Sony, I ain't shopping in Top, man. Soon as I hear man's intro, can't wait for the drop, man. Walk in a place like Boss, man, what's that gonna cost, man? Yo, walk in a place like Boss, what's that gonna cost? Rizla taking a chaser for the bottle of Boss. Ain't got money for a ticket, don't worry, I got, man. Walk in a place like Boss, man, what's that gonna cost, man? Walk in a place like Boss, what's that gonna cost? Rizla taking a chaser for the bottle of Boss. Walk in a place like Boss, what's man saying? Out and about on a Friday night, I don't know where I'm staying. All I know is I'm getting in if G and Turno's playing. Some gonna get waves, speaking slow, I don't know what you're saying. Man, I creep on set like a ninja, dub plate rinser. Live on the mic, P-Money will teach you the true meaning of Invicta. Highlight moments up on your Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Insta. Walk in a place like Boss, man, what's that gonna cost, man? Walk in a place like Boss, what's that gonna cost? Yo, walk in a place like Boss, man, what's that gonna cost, man? Rizla taking a chaser for the bottle of Boss, fam. Ain't got money for a ticket, don't worry, I got, man. P-Money and Victor Audio, who's gonna stop, man? Who's gonna stop, man? Yo, walk in a place like Boss, what's that gonna cost? Rizla taking a chaser for the bottle of Boss. Ain't got money for a ticket, don't worry, I got, man. Walk in a place like Boss, man, what's that gonna cost, man? Walk in a place like Boss, what's that gonna cost? Ain't got money for a ticket, don't worry, I got, man.
Louder.
Who's gonna stop, man?
Louder.
Who's gonna stop, man?
Louder.
everlasting. My name is MC Fancy for the crew who are asking. The one that puts the work in, the one that puts the graft in. You could bet for sure for years this mic I keep on blasting. That's a statement, that's a real fact. For years this mic I keep on blasting. That's a real fact. Must be on a stage in the dance is fully jammed and packed and packed. How you like? Yes. How you like that? Yes. How you like? Yes. Yes. You switched up button on the decks, then get overly gassed. The DJ and me with a perfect combo, yeah, with a perfect match. The beach just calling me, it makes me draw for the pen and pad. The beach just calling me, and that is sending me mad. I get lost in the moment, when I get lost in the moment. It don't mean I fall look like I just say something to the moments. Looking on stuff is something that's common. I keep the level side constant. I'm a big boss just like Rick Ross. Tear it down. How you like that? How you like that? How you like that? Yes. Ain't denying when I touch this mic I go hard. Caught by with frozen hooks, don't make me catch it off guard. I'ma leave that prick on your brain, I'ma call that lyric scarred. All caught up in the days, you feeling like we just sparred. No hot's barred, you feeling like we just sparred. All caught up in the days, you're feeling stunned, don't make us see stars. Let's shut this down and hit this, give the plenty more bars. To throw this down to the rave, each time will be on the cards. That's how I like it, saw that look on your faces, I went in, it got me gas. It was only right that I should give you more hyping. So hot is piping, them styles that I'm liking. Match on the box, flash flame on the mic, it's the same, my eyes are striking. It's a madness, I does this with practice to make sure that you can't match this. I'm match fit, active, me I just stay active. Vibing off the masses, so I get that hyperactive. It's morning.
Let's run away, 'cause I'm crazy something more. And I know the place that we could go explore. Trust when I say it's the feeling you adore. We don't have to wait, let's get into the allure. Tell me tonight's never gonna end. You got me hot, ready to ascend. Step back, come up, let's do this again. Feel so alive, ready to ascend. Tell me tonight's never gonna end. You got me hot, ready to ascend. Ready to ascend, ready to ascend. Feel so alive, ready to ascend. Feel so alive, ready to ascend. Tell me tonight's never gonna end. You got me high, ready to ascend. Step back, come up, let's do this again. Feel so alive, ready to ascend. Tell me tonight's never gonna end. You got me high, ready to ascend. Ready to ascend, ready to ascend. Feel so alive, ready to ascend. Feel so alive, ready to ascend. Feel so Tell me tonight's never gonna end. You got me high, ready to ascend. Step back, come up, let's do this again. Feel so alive, ready to ascend. Tell me tonight's never gonna end. You got me high, ready to ascend. Ready to ascend, ready to ascend. Feel so alive, ready to ascend. Feel so alive, ready to ascend.
I move like water, I go with the flow. I go up
sticker. It's got to be a thriller. Hands up, push the sticker. Throw them hands up. Got to be a thriller. Hands up, push the sticker. It's got to be a thriller. Hands up, push the sticker.
Get like.
Yeah. Tonight, tell me jungle is how you feeling alright. Who in the place with X amount of skill? Send for the ragamuffin, put me name on the bill. Who in the place of they come test with tonight? Tell me jungle is how you feeling alright. Who in the place with X amount of skill? Send for the ragamuffin, put me name on the bill. Put me name on the bill. Who in the place of the contest with tonight? Tell me jungle is how you feeling alright. Who in the place with X amount of skill? Send for the ragamuffin, put me name on the bill. Who in the place with X amount of skill? Who in the place of the contest with tonight? Tell me jungle is how you feeling alright. Who in the place with X amount of skill? Send for the ragamuffin, put me name on the bill. Who in the place of the contest with tonight? Tell me jungle is how you feeling alright. Who in the place with X amount of skill? Send for the ragamuffin, put me name on the bill.
Shanice,
yeah?
Your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Yappa, 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 yappa. Yappa, 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 yappa. Shut it, please. Yappa, 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 yappa. Shut it, please. Yappa, 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 yappa. Thank you, Shanice. Yappa, 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 yappa. Shut it, please. Yappa, 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 yappa. Your mouth is moving a lot like a rat.
the pressure. At the end of the day, we're old enough to know better. 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 But young enough to not give a fuck.
do fake, man go pop it off. Do fake, man go pop it off. Do fake, man go pop it off. Man go pop it off, and that is not the half. Do fake, man go pop it off. Do fake, man go pop it off. Do fake, man go pop it off. Man go pop it off. Man go pop it off. Watch how we turn and we cause it. Watch how we pop it off. Predators come and lock it. Watch how they pop it off. Fire marshal, police soldier, they try to lock it off. Holy power water to out it, but you're not enough. Pop it off. Pop it off.
put me in a mess. But right now I'm up and I think I feel my best. Shouting leads to arguing, from arguing to sex. I like to party, I hardly think that it's disrespect. She said, yeah, I said, yeah, I don't care. She said, yeah, I said, yeah, I think that I made it clear. Then we stared, looked straight into her eyes. I said, you're about to have the best night of your life. Liquor and cigarettes still on my breath. Liquor and cigarettes still on my breath. Liquor and cigarettes still on my breath.
exclusive, you want a sneak peek. Bars with big words, so you'll think I'm a geek. I got the dirty bars to make the gals spring a leak. Bars that are sharper than a woodpecker's beak. Got the dirty stinky bars to make the whole place reek. Bars to make you jump around, bars to make you leak. Bars to keep on this, put it 6 feet deep.
you have to do is just to listen to the sound. Like a tribal jet, always having rhythm running deep in your head. So we strictly rubber, always play the kind of music that we love. Yeah, so we're onward bound. All you have to do is just to listen to the sound. Wow, wow.
a the shatter. Me better than the whole of them, so talk to me proper. Boy, hear me tune them up, run, come follow. Lock off them, so them get a big balalala. Boy, try a thing, bumbo, wall of it scatter.
Because I'm on a we a control the border. Chatty patty mouth, them a get out of order. When they roll out with the big balalala. Hear me now, man? I am a murderer. Lick down in the sound upon the corner. I am a murderer. Lick down in the sound upon the corner. Bad boys in a London. Rude boys in a Kingston. Bad boys in Jamaica. Rude boys in a England.
Watch out.